Good morning. Come back here on these crappie again. Gonna get on them with 11 and 12 foot poles using slip cork, minnows. We had a torrential rain yesterday evening and last night come through the area. Winds out the east southeast today. I've always heard that fish bite the least when the wind or whatever's out of the east, bite the best when it's out of the west. Welcome back to AWF Outdoors. You know, there's something else I wanted to mention too. I was watching a friend of mine this morning, I don't know, around 4 or 5 o'clock. I was sitting on the porch drinking my coffee, and he had posted a video yesterday or last night of Charlie Burrow out in Texas, or Louisiana, I'm sorry. I think he fishes in Texas sometime, close to the line or something. He was just discussing about us fishermen, you know, just we like to talk and, you know, yap all the time. You know, we're all outdoorsmen. You know, we realize how blessed we are to be able to enjoy this and get out here and just enjoy what God has created. But he brought up a topic of Charlie. He brought up this topic this morning, how Jesus come out here and chose the disciples. You know, he came up and found that group of fishermen that morning or that day, went on their boat and talked to them and basically told them all to follow me. But Jesus knew what kind of person to get to be a disciple, and he chose a fisherman. You know, me as a fisherman, you know, I realized, you know, I started this channel up about a year and a half ago, and I started it up just to help other people learn what I've enjoyed throughout my life. But after being retired and disabled, you know, I felt like my life was void, and, you know, I didn't have really anything I could do, you know. I mean, I went through a hardship in finances and health and everything. But after starting this channel up, I just realized, you know, I'm reaching a lot of people out here. It'd be a perfect place to help spread the gospel about Christ and the good news of Christ, about our salvation through him. So I started doing that. And ever since I've done that, this channel has been so blessed. It's been so blessed by so many people watching it. You know, it was just a couple months ago I made a Facebook post about, you know, how many people this reaches, and I watched it go from 20,000 to 50,000 to 100,000. And a couple months ago I was reaching, maybe not 2 months ago, maybe a month ago, but I made a Facebook post about, you know, this is reaching close to 200,000 people. This was just like a month ago. Now this is reaching close to 300,000, and the channel has grown far as subscribers go. You know, somewhere between 500 to 800 subscribers every 28 days, and that's a lot. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not bragging by no means, but, you know, I give all the glory to God for that, and to Christ, and I think that's what's got this channel to move in that direction. So just wanted to remind y'all that, you know. But I always put the Lord first, and there's nothing impossible, not through him. So, you know, it really touches me to think about that, you know, that Christ chose us fishermen to get out here and spread this news, you know. And that's what he did, you know, 2,000 years ago. And here we are in 2021. And us fishermen are and need to be still spreading the gospel, the good news of Christ. So, I don't know what these fish are going to do today. Like I said, we got an southeast wind. We had a torrential rain last night, although the water looks perfect. I mean, it looks beautiful today. I'm here just, you know, just as the sun's coming up. And we're gonna go try to catch a crappie. So yeah, just a shout out to Charlie out in Louisiana. Go give him a watch. Charlie Burrows. Go fish with Charlie on YouTube. If you like live scope action and hearing the truth about the gospel, Charlie's got a good commentary before every fishing trip, and I think you'll enjoy it. So go check that out, and let's go get a crappie. Just to keep the confusion down, and for those that have been following along, you know what I'm talking about. Gotcha. Let's see what these crappie gonna do today. Got my drag set in case I get a hold of one of them slab monsters. I have hung some huge crappie in here. Some of them I can't get to the boat. Starting off about 7 or 8 feet today. I don't know what depth they'll be on today. I've caught them from 7 to 15 last trip. It's a good cool morning, cloudy. Had a lot of rain yesterday evening, last night. So I figured try the upper end of the column first and see if they're moved up. But we just need a bite right now. We're just getting started though. I'll work this one pole here till I can figure out what depth they are, and then once I figure out their depth, I may set out another pole. Put it right in the honey hole just now. It's where I catch a lot of fish at over here. Let's see if there's anything there. We may not catch a fish today. I don't know. Again, with no depth finders, I don't know if the fish is even here. And if they are, where they're at. But that's fishing. See that minnow acting up. Maybe he's around a big old crappie. He's acting up. Sometimes your minnow get around those limbs and they'll go over, try to get next to one of them to hide. They just like cover, just like other fish. And you'll see them doing a lot of action, then they'll just get still. But sometimes when you see that cork move, like the minnow kicking a lot, it's because there's a big fish sitting there looking at it and he's trying to get away from it. Also, I had somebody comment, there's a big gar come up at my cork. I had somebody comment about, asked me, was that a bait caster I was using on my jig poles here, crappie poles? Yeah, it is a bait caster. I use them just for any reel on a pole really is just a line dispenser. So this is what I call a high-tech redneck cane pole. It's a fiberglass with a bait casting reel, but it's a cane pole with a drag system. So yeah, if you hadn't watched me about setting a drag on these big crappie, go back and check out the last couple of videos. But I had one crappie the other day that pulled my pole, boat it double under over the side of the boat and under the water. And I know these are crappie because I've caught them before and I've got them up to the boat. I call them monster crappie because they're over 2 pounds. Probably some, I don't know, they could be some 4 or 5 pound in here. Some of them I haven't seen, I couldn't get them up, and some I have. But the biggest one I caught out of here was 246, but that's the biggest one I landed, although I've seen some that have got to the boat bigger than that. So that's a slab crappie. We're fixing to have to change depth or something, because there should be at least one crappie here, and I hadn't got a nibble yet. See what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to find out what a depth I am right now. Okay, I'm fishing about, I don't know, 8 feet, I guess. There should be a crappie within 8 feet from the surface, if there's one there. And I ain't got a bite, so let's go a little deeper. Let's go up to about 10. See where that's at. Go to my bobber stopper. Yes, sir, that's about 10 there. So I didn't get one at 7 or 8 feet. Let's see what 10 feet will do. To start with, I'll adjust my depth by 2 feet, because I don't know what depth the crappie are in. So I'll adjust them by 2 feet. That'll find the crappie. Then I'll pay attention to how he acts on that cork, whether he floats the cork up or whether he slams it down. That'll tell me, you know, where he's at from that mark. If he slams it down, that means they could be deeper. If he floats the cork up, that means when he grabs that minnow, he's coming up with it. So he's coming back up to where he wants to sit. So that's how I determine how deep I'm fishing. And there might not be a crappie on this spot today. Last couple trips I've made down here, there haven't been any here. Maybe they moved. I'm just off the river channel and a little small slough here that's got some brush in it, and it's easier for the crappie to come in out of the deeper water there. Another tip for you guys is if you want to catch the biggest fish, it don't matter what it is, whether it's bass or crappie or whatever, probably even bluegill, but the biggest fish are always adjacent, right adjacent to the deepest water. So if you can find some cover or something that fish are holding on right up off of a shelf where it comes out of the deep water, that's where you're going to catch the biggest fish. All fish, at least all bass, crappie, and bluegill. I learned that years ago when I was bass fishing a lot. I'd go to this certain place every time, and there was an old tree that was up right next to the bank there, and it was right next to the creek channel that went up real close to the bank. So for you bank fishermen, if you can get you a lake contour map, find out where these creek channels come in close to the bank, and that's where I would want to fish at. You can catch your biggest fish in those areas. Just find you some structure, you know, wherever the channel gets closest to the bank. Well, I'm not doing any good here. This crappie could be up 4 or 5 feet from the surface with this cool temperature like this. But man, I just keep it in mind that wind's out of the east today, and that just bothers me. But it's a beautiful morning, and I had to go check it out. Not a bite I'm talking about. Not yet. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Uh-oh. What we got here? A bass. A bass. Pretty good little bass. He's fat. A humpback bass. Man, look how humpback that bass is. Weird. Something else I did on since the last trip is is I changed hooks. I normally use a number two true turn. Then I went to a number one, but on this trip I got my friend that runs the bait shop to order me some number ones. I mean some 1/0. So I'm fishing with 1/0 true turns. I don't know how big that is. 1/0. I figured I had something grab a hold of it as soon as it hit the water there. I figured these big crappie needed a bigger hook. Help me hold on to them so I can sink that hook into them good. Because like I said, I lose a lot of big crappie. These crappie miles are big enough, some of them, to put your hand in, so I know they can eat that 1/0 hook. And I don't think it matters. I don't believe they pay it any attention. My minnow's cutting up. I don't know if that's a fish or just a minnow. But that minnow is cutting up. Uh-oh, this ain't minnow here, I don't think. Well, no, that ain't minnow. I got something pulling on it. I thought. I'm fixing to set the hook on it and see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, look at what we found in there. Look what we found down there. I'm looking for a mess of fish today. I got a guy that come by and brought me 2 5-gallon buckets of okra, and he said he didn't want no money, but he wanted crappie fillets. So I'm gonna save some of these smaller ones today, just because I need to pay that man back for all that good okra. Just make sure we're legal here. It looks like he's big enough, but I like to make sure. Oh yeah. He's a little over 10, 9 inches legal here. So I went on down to 12 feet deep. Like I said, if you watched my last video, I was fishing 15 in some places. And that was just a few days ago. So 12 feet deep. Let's see what happens there. Goodness gracious. Oh, that was a big crappie, I think. He pulled me down and got me home. He was sinking my cork and I had to reach back and turn the camera on. My goodness. I hate that. But it happens. Trying to save some battery on that GoPro. Turned it off for a second, and dang, as soon as I dropped it in there, he grabbed it and sunk it. That ain't happening again. We'll just run out of batteries, all I know. Because y'all here to see a video of catching some fish. And we're going to catch it on video. Can't get it on video if I ain't got it on. Man, I hate that. That was a good bite. He pulled it down about a foot. Real slow, just like a good crappie would. And these gnats are eating me up out here. Let's see if he'll take another minute. He's still there. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out here to another location, and there's another tree right out here I want to check. It's in about 25 feet of water. But I'm gonna go ahead and rig us up another pole while we're going out here, because it's open water. I'm still not certain on that depth for them, but little keeper crappie, that's what I call. Man, they are taking it down the throat. Don't get stuck by no little catfish, because them barbs are like needles. Seems like they're liking it about 12 feet today. I might need to shallow up just a little bit. That one there is kind of floating the cork a little bit, but it is a small one. They all swallowing it, buddy. I'm talking about swallowing it. Y'all know how to keep from wounding a fish? I'm gonna try to show you. I know I'm gonna have more to like tell you than show you. When they swallow that hook, I mean it's down in his throat. Look at the angle of the hook, the way it is. And what you want to do, you want to go in the front of that gill right there and stay away from the red gill plates, because you don't want to damage those. And take your finger and push that hook right there. Push that hook back down and get it to come through that gill plate. That's the end of the hook that's tied. But get it through that gill plate like this, and then push it back forward. See how it popped right out? And look at this. See that? Okay, now I haven't tore his throat up or anything. So that's how you release that. You see, he's in good shape. What's 12? And got a slab. Yeah, they're a little deeper today. I went down to 12 and got that one. So far it looks like 12 feet is where we need to be. I just dropped it in there. We're gonna go right back in there at 12. There you go, there you go. There he is. I believe I got it pegged now, 12 foot. That's where they're at, the better ones. .12-foot slabs. Two at a time. Two at a time. Both of them about the same size. Two of them. That's what we want. Two at a time. We'll take it. We'll take two at a time, bud. Swing back around there and get on that spot again. We can do that again. Put them doubles in. Get on. Takes a little longer when you don't have depth finders, but it's easy to do. Take you a few minutes, but hey, this is the way we started crappie fishing years ago. You wouldn't believe all the analytics that's available through YouTube as far as describing the audience and who watches the videos and stuff. And with this technology and stuff, there's about no way to keep anything secret anymore, the way they've got things set up. But the biggest age group that watches these videos is my age. Probably because, you know, as we mature in the outdoors and fishing, you see a lot of bass fishermen that's been hardcore bass fishermen all their life, and they're moving over to crappie. Crappie is an interesting sport. Plus, it's very good eating. But anyway, getting back to my story. Most of the viewers that view this channel is my age. I mean, it gives you an age category, you know, 25 to 30, 55, 60, and 65 plus. And the biggest audience is, like I said, 55 and up. And I'm sure you guys, the ones that most of you that watch this is, you know, this is what you love doing too. Love it as much as I do. And most of us are probably at an age to be retired and get out and enjoy this and do it. So I guess that's why the age group is there. But getting back to my story, what I was getting at is about finding these crappie. I mean, you know, I'm gonna talk to you guys, you know, the older guys, my age and up. You know, in our days, when we first started crappie fishing, you know, we used cane poles and whatever line, a hook, and usually a quill is what we used, but we didn't use bobbers too much, just a quill, and then they come out with these styrofoam floats, you know, and I like those. There's a bite right there. Oh man, missed him. Got my minnow too. But what I was saying about the electronics, you don't have to have them. You don't even have to have live scope. You don't have to have anything. It takes you a little longer. You just have to dab around in there and figure out what depth they like biting. You know, and you'll know right quick whether there's any fish in there, because if you're not getting any bites, there's no fish. Just move that depth on the cork up and down, and until you figure out about what depth they like it. It's not really that's what depth they like it, it's just where they're at. So that tells you how deep you need to fish. And just like using live scope too. I mean, you don't have to have live scope not to go out and have fun and catch crappie. You know, if you want to just target the bigger fish, yeah. All I'm doing here is just fishing some deeper structure. This just happens to be a blowdown that goes into 30 foot of water. Look at there. Look at here. Look at here. Look out here. Another socket lay. Another keeper crappie. I'll catch keeper crappie all day. Like I said earlier, I got a guy that's trying to rob me all my crappie fillets. He's not robbing me. He gave me 2 5-gallon buckets of okra, and I canned those. Yeah, I'll give him some crappie. Glad y'all joined us again today. Stick around. I'll bring you some more crappie. I finally got in some good ones, but I thought my camera was running. It wasn't. Found them today. They're kind of hanging in the deeper sloughs, and probably around 12 to 14 feet deep. That's where I caught most of them around 12 feet. That's what they're doing now. So thanks again. See you next time.